In the morning, that is going to be cold. It's time to spend a little time in the kitchen and indulge with a sweet creation. Megan Fitzroy Phelan is back by popular demand. She's ready to show us how to put together her pumpkin chocolate trifle with a little touch of orange too. Nice to see you again. Welcome back.
Great to see you. Thank you for having me.
You already had me busy over here.
Yes.
What part am I working on?
We're working on the pastry cream right now. We're making a chocolate pastry cream, basically a milk chocolate pudding, same thing.
Okay.
In the pot is milk with a little bit of cocoa powder. That's heating up, and in the bowl here I have egg yolks, sugar, cornstarch, and I actually added a little bit of the milk in here so that the sugar doesn't burn the egg yolks.
Interesting. Was the milk a certain temperature, or was it just room temperature?
Room temperature.
Okay, that just
cold.
dilutes it a little bit.
Yeah, just so it keeps the eggs from cooking.
Okay, I'm always petrified when you see that in a recipe and it's like, this is warm, you gotta let it cool, and I'm always in a rush, but you don't want to cook the eggs putting it in there.
Right.
Okay, so you need.
Yep, so now we're gonna actually take this warm milk, you want it pretty much scalding, or thank you. We're gonna pour it in, whisking constantly.
Clearly this is not your first rodeo, because I would have been very nervous about this part.
Yeah, you have a little bit of leeway, and especially with that little bit of milk in with the egg yolks, it helps. Yeah. All right, so once I have it all whisked in, we're gonna put it back into the pot.
Okay. Why couldn't you just put the eggs in there? It's better to put that in. I'm gonna ask a whole bunch of questions, Meg.
That's actually a really good question. You just, over the heat, you're more likely to burn the egg yolks. Plus you wanna add a little bit of heat to the yolks and kind of bring them up to temperature slowly instead of adding them directly to the really hot mixture. You're more likely to scramble it if you add it to the pot. So now we're gonna turn this, we're gonna bump this up to like a medium-high heat.
I think for all of our friends at home, if you're starting to hear Darth Vader voice, which I feel like I can hear in my ear, it's because this machine is being funny.
Induction burners have a fan in them, so they make a fan noise.
She's a wizard in the kitchen and as an engineer.
I wouldn't. I don't know about that.
An ingredient engineer.
Right. Anything kitchen involved, maybe. I know a little bit about.
Let me turn this down just a titch, because I think that's what's fussing with us.
That's the fan, yeah. So we're going to cook this until it thickens.
And you'll see it thicken here. You just keep stirring and it thickens here.
Now pastry cream, because it has cornstarch in it, it's going to thicken really oddly. You're going to notice it get really lumpy and clumpy, and I think a lot of people get mistaken and think they've messed up somewhere and they've curdled it. In fact, you can see it now. It's like really lumpy and it looks kind of gross.
But it is starting, you can sort of see it starting to thicken up a little bit.
Yep. And we're gonna cook this until our desired end thickness. So you are gonna leave it on the stovetop for a little while here. And again, I think a lot of people get scared and they pull it early when it starts to get lumpy, and then their pastry cream never actually thickens up. So you wanna continue to cook it.
It looks like the tide has turned towards getting a little thicker. Oh yeah, there it is, starting to come together.
Yeah.
Okay, now you've got a chocolate layer. You've got, what is that, a whipped cream layer?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's the orange. There's actually orange zest folded into the whipped cream.
There it is. Can you see it starting to turn there? Yeah, you can see it on screen there.
Great. So this is about the thickness that we're looking for, and you can see it's kind of lumpy. I'm not concerned about that because we're actually going to use the immersion blender to blend it. In this canister here, I have butter and milk chocolate.
Already in there.
Yes.
Okay. You've made me nervous again, Megan, because this is not a one-pot wonder. I've had to go.
It's not.
So far, 3 pots.
It makes a little bit of a mess, but you know what? It's worth it.
That's right. The end result is worth it.
Yes.
So the butter and the milk chocolate.
Butter and milk chocolate. You want to let it sit for a couple minutes. Let the heat of the you want to use it. Have you used this one?
Yes, I've used one before.
Okay.
Well,
this one has a lock on the top, which I don't enjoy. You have to push the lock down first, and then I would go low.
Oh, Lord.
There you go. This is going to smooth out any of the lumps in the pastry cream.
Okay.
And you're basically blending in the chocolate and the butter and melting at the same time.
I can see it getting smoother in there.
Yeah. Looks good.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's
Excellent.
just the chocolate in the back.
Okay.
Bottom.
Did I do enough?
Perfect. Yeah, I think that's good.
Okay, sweet.
Awesome.
We'll let that do.
Yes. Don't stick your finger in the end.
No. Be cool, everyone. That is the business end of the immersion blender, and don't stick it in there.
Here, we can actually go like
Okay.
this. Take this off. We'll put that there.
So this is ready.
This is ready. It does need to chill. So you would put this in the fridge. I would put plastic down over the top of it so it doesn't skin.
On the surface?
Right on the surface of the pastry cream so it doesn't get that nasty skin on top. Let that chill down at least to room temperature before you work with it. And it will actually set up a little bit more. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks pretty good. It's actually really hot. Put that to the side.
Step one?
Step one is done. So now we have the pumpkin cake. I made this in advance. Really love this recipe because you mix together all your dry ingredients and then you mix together all your wet ingredients, which is just vegetable oil, pumpkin puree, and eggs, and then you just blend it together and bake.
So a simple cake.
Very, very simple. Yeah, go ahead and have a bite.
Quality control. I can taste the pumpkin. It's delicious.
Yeah.
Wine
It
glasses?
came up, yes, I'm using stemless wine glasses just for something fun. So you can do the trifle in either a large format or in individual formats.
Okay.
I just wanted to show both options. So from here, all we do, place the pumpkin pieces in the bottom.
A little layering, if you will.
Yeah. And the pumpkin cake, I left out the majority of all that spice that most people put into pumpkin pie and all that pumpkin pie spice. Because I really wanted the pumpkin flavor to stand out.
It really tastes if you were just eating a puree. So it's sort of very pure, I might say.
So this is chilled pastry cream that I had made in advance. And all we're gonna do is, in a pastry bag, we're just gonna pipe it in, and I'm not too concerned about smoothing out the top.
How lovely is this? Where did the idea come from?
That's a really good, of the flavors combination. I love pumpkin and chocolate. It's a great combination, and I love chocolate and orange, and all three just seem to play
best
well
of all
together.
worlds.
Yeah. This is pastry cream. No, sorry. This is orange marmalade,
Okay.
which I make my own, but you can purchase orange marmalade, obviously. And I'm dropping little bits in there just for a little citrusy bite.
And Megan, we have about 45 seconds left.
Okay.
You are making the magic happen for us today, but you have some exciting news I was grilling you about this morning.
Yes.
Long Oven is hoping to debut next year.
Correct, yes. Hopefully by summer we will have a brick and mortar space. I'm not privy to say where yet.
But Bon Appetit says wherever it is, you make sure you try it because they've really tapped you guys as a place to try.
Yeah, they have, which is wonderful for us.
Is that it?
That's
We're
it.
done?
You can shave a little bit of chocolate on top.
Okay.
And then dive in.
Sounds good. You know I have to do the mandolin, right? It's like my top 10 scary tools, right?
The
I can-
microplane?
Yes. Okay, I can do it. Shave, shave, shave.
Beautiful.
Shave, shave, shave. You don't want me as a sous chef. Just the quality control. Thank you, Megan, so much for being
Of
with us.
course.
Appreciate it. We're going to do a
Thank
little
you.
quality control, and we'll share this recipe later today on WTBR.com/VTM.